From Las Vegas, live at LaMarre Theater, podcast starring actor Jean-Claude LaMarre, producer Eureka Pratt.
Welcome to another episode of Live at LaMarre Theater. My name is Jean-Claude LaMarre.
I'm Eureka Pratt.
And we've got some amazing guests for us today. These wonderful, now as you guys know, we have all these wonderful shows here at the theater. We've got, among the dance shows, we've got tribute shows. Tribute artists like Tina Turner, Elvis Presley.
Yes.
And I can tell you right now, one of my favorite shows, hands down, we got James Brown too, huh?
Yes, James
Got
Brown, Diana Ross.
Okay.
So many.
So one of my favorite shows here is the Tina Turner tribute show.
Yeah.
And we have two of the stars of the show, the amazing Luke
Finney.
There you go, and
KATY.
Luke's significant other. Okay, and I can tell you guys right now, without these two amazing talents, we're going to know everything about them. They've been in sort of the part of the fabric of Las Vegas for a very, very long time.
Yes.
And I want you guys to get to know them a little bit. When you come and see the show, you'll be more than familiar with them. So Eureka, let's first of all, before we go on, when's the next show?
The next Tina Turner show is on Wednesday, 5 p.m. They are Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday.
Okay, so Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah.
All right. So, and now I haven't been around as much as I would like. How has the last couple of shows been?
Oh, they're phenomenal.
Okay.
Oh yeah. You've got Luke on the guitar. He's our main guitarist, and we have KATY, who also amazing, plays the guitar and offers amazing vocals for the show.
KATY's got a single or something for us today.
Oh,
before
my
we're
God.
done.
Yes.
Before we're done, acapella KATY.
my God, yes.
Okay, she's a mean
So
guitarist. I can tell you that.
Yes.
But, you know, so let's start here. Luke, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long you've been here in Las Vegas, and you know, I know you're in the education space as well. So talk a little bit about your experience in entertainment.
Yeah. So, well, we moved out here in 2015. So I've been here going on 10 years, and came out here to teach guitar for the government. So what does that mean? Teach guitar for the government?
Yeah.
Teach for the school system, Clark County School District. So I teach guitar. Currently teaching at Las Vegas KATY, which is just down the road from here, and I've done that for a while. Most of it's classical guitar. I studied classical guitar at university and studied performance. I was just kind of put everything in my life into it, and so I spent a lot of time in a practice room just playing.
Now I hear a little accent.
Yeah,
where
right.
You from? Where you from?
And I know I'm wearing plaid today. So
Yeah. Okay. Right. So where are you originally from?
Tennessee, raised in Tennessee.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I grew up in Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, about an hour south of Nashville, so always in and around that area.
You know another performer here is from Tennessee. She's in the burlesque show.
Yes, Bree.
Bree is from Tennessee as well. Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
You know?
So southern Tennessee, like right on the border of Alabama, Tennessee, in between Chattanooga and Nashville, always around music, just a deep culture of that Appalachian music. And, you know, started playing acoustic guitar, went all the way through, played rock, and got in a band at one point that toured, and we opened for Kenny Chesney, Leanne Rimes, did a whole lot of stuff like that. You know,
That's so cool.
Right before moving out here, really. And, you know, it's you know, show business is what it is. It comes and goes sometimes, and I did that entirely up until having a child. Now here I am, you know, teaching and performing, and was happy to find you guys last fall. And come out here and play. So it's been a part of the journey, and it's interesting too because one of the first concerts that I ever attended, that I remember attending at a very young age, was Tina Turner.
No way.
It was
Wow.
seriously.
Wow.
What's so strange about this whole thing?
Just
Like,
full circle.
Right, and so I think about that concert. Even before I had this gig, it put an impression on me as a young child. It was right after she did the Mel Gibson movie, you know, the Thunderdome. and all that.
Wow.
And so, you know, she was putting on, you know, she had the silhouette behind her on the stage and doing the changing, and it was that era. And I remember the saxophone player, the muscular dude. You know, I can't remember his name.
That guy. Yeah.
But that show put such a
And this was
impact
in
on me.
Nashville?
This was in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, at a place called Middle Tennessee State University. She played there at their Civic Center, and it was like, you know, maybe 5,000 people there. It was a great show. And she was at the height of her 80s fame when all that happened, and I remember that having an impact on me. It's just crazy to be full.
That's insane. That's
Yes,
awesome.
yes.
So, Katie.
Oh, you ready for this story? This story is
Katie!
crazy.
I'm ready. Yes.
So, now, Katie, I hear an accent. So let's start with that. Okay, where are you originally from?
So I'm originally from West London, in a place called Watford, and they do have a soccer team. All I ever wanted to be was a musician, and I went to school, played the piano. I started gigging at 13 years old.
Wow.
In pubs and clubs, and my dad used to ship me around with my piano and my microphone.
Oh, I love that.
And I just never wanted to do anything else. So back in those days, because it's going back a bit, my education took a big second base to my music.
To your
It was
passion,
all I ever wanted to do. And back then, to be successful, you'd get out of school and work in a music shop.
Got it.
So I worked in the local music shop, and that's where you got your gigs. Because you would talk to people, people would come in. We used to have all sorts of people come in our music shop. It was great.
Wow.
And I then for some reason I just fell into working for Legends in England.
Oh.
I just
Oh,
met
Legends the show.
Yeah,
In
Legends the
England.
show in England, because
Wow.
they had an English
I didn't know that.
version of that. And I've been working for comedians and opening for acts. And
Yes.
I worked for the forces as well. I used to entertain the forces, so I used to go over and do like the ships and stuff like that.
That is
Now,
so
what's your
cool.
favorite genre of music?
Oh, I don't have one.
You
Do you know,
across the
honestly,
board.
I don't have any. I love classical music. I love all sorts of music. I
Okay.
can't pinpoint just one area.
Got it.
And the whole tribute thing, I literally just fell into accidentally.
Wow.
And I used to, even as a kid, try and change my voice and mimic other people. I used to sit and listen to the top 40 in England.
Oh, that's
the
so
English
funny.
top 40 in the 70s and the
I'd say
80s.
she's a huge Kate Bush fan.
I am
Really?
a huge, well, there's a
Wow.
woman in England called Kate Bush. And the reason me and Luke got together,
Yes.
part of it was our big fan of Radiohead. We're-
Now, Luke and Katie, I don't know if you heard the introduction, are actually husband and wife.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
So you guys met where?
Oh,
Oh man,
this gets really crazy.
crazy.
We met on a cruise ship. So back in the day, I did a television show. I ended up being on a tribute show, and I won it on the
yes.
BBC television. And it was called The One and Only, and I won that show, and that's the first time I came to Vegas to work. It's like I won this television show, and I was performing over here. I
Interesting.
had a show over here, and it was really crazy. And then I went back home, carried on doing my musical work in England, out of England, and then I started performing on cruise ships. I was headlining on cruise ships with my one-woman show. One day I was on this beautiful, beautiful cruise ship. We were going around Europe, absolutely fantastic. I did my show one night, took the band up for a drink, and I walked into this beautiful wine cellar,
Right.
wine bar on a cruise
And Luke
ship.
was getting smashed.
And this guy was playing a classical version of Radiohead.
Oh.
And I cannot say, there was an arrow going, that's the man you want.
Wow.
She heckled me, so
I did.
Hey!
In my English way, I did. Yeah.
Hey, come on, Katie.
And it was really weird. We were in the middle of Europe. We had our first date in Santorini. We went out on Santorini.
Not in Santorini.
We did.
It was just a whim. I'd never been to Europe, and I was a Tennessee country
Yeah,
boy,
right.
and I remember having to make that decision. I'm going to go out and do this. That was a part of the story I didn't tell you, but I
Right.
did cruise ships for a little while.
Oh, okay.
And so I said, I'm going to go do this cruise ship. I get out to Italy. I get to the terminal, and I packed this 50-pound bag, and I had this guitar on me. And I remember getting to Italy, and I go up to the first lady at the desk and say, where am I at Terminal 10? She goes, oh, you go right to there. She's like talking, and I was like, whoa, they really talk like Italian. Yeah, they got the accent.
Really?
I'm
Over there.
Go over there.
Go over
You
there.
go right down the corner. And I had to have euros, and then I realized that my 50-pound bag didn't have wheels. I'm walking around with a 50-pound bag and a guitar. Around this airport, I didn't know where I was. I didn't have euros. I go, I am a foreigner now. I know what it feels like, And it was crazy.
I'm officially a foreigner.
Got on the bus, got to the ship. She came in that one night. It was towards the end of my contract, and there's all these rules you can't fraternite.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
no
You're like, to
fraternizing.
hell with that.
Yes, so cruise ship line do not
Yeah.
hear this story. But anyway, we I did a few barrel rolls down the hallway and got in, 007 got in the door and
You guys find all the blind spots.
It's a bit
Barbed
like
wire.
I found her, so she accepted the fact that I wanted to come hang out with her. And that was cool, and it was just a whole unique experience. So
That's awesome.
here we are. Met her. We met.
Well,
We're going on 10 years.
yeah, and I
We're going on 10
visited
years.
Tennessee like every month. I kept traveling to see him, and it got to the point where we can't do this anymore.
Right,
And I was
enough
like,
of
right,
this.
okay, you're going to move to England,
We're going on
or
10
am I
years.
going to move to America? And
Right.
it's just easier for me to move to
To move to
America.
America.
And that's where we are.
The funny thing is, it's 10 years, but and we,
It's 10
we,
years,
and we have a
you know.
we have a nine and a half year old, so you can do the math.
Yes.
but
Didn't wait long.
yeah, we grew up. We were children for quite a while, weren't we? And then grew.
Yeah.
But we never really did many gigs together till
No,
this.
not until now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
really
awesome.
crazy.
What a
That's
privilege.
awesome.
People always said, "Y'all play together." No, she does a cruise ship thing, and I
Yeah,
do a
yeah,
rock
yeah.
thing or whatever, and
No, the energy, it's so
Yes,
weird.
it's
It's so
so
it's so
easy
crazy
between
because
the two of them.
they are literally on opposite sides of the stage.
Yes.
But yet, you've got Tina Turner in the middle, you've got the background dancers, you've got, each one of them
yeah.
on either side of the stage. But literally, you feel that connection between them, and it's palpable. It's palpable because you could tell they vibe.
Yeah.
on-
Oh,
on-
we know each other pretty
Yeah.
She's
well.
always give me the
though,
evil eye. I miss the chord.
Hey!
It's a third, no, not a fourth.
Right, it's a third, not a fourth.
So there's always that.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't performed together. No, this really is the first time that we've spent any time on stage together.
Oh, wow,
It's
wow.
quite weird.
That's
actually.
awesome. Now, let me ask you a question, Luke. You teach as well.
Sure do.
And what has that journey been like? First of all, do you teach middle school? Do you teach
Right.
college? Do you teach high school?
No, I teach high school, and,
Okay.
and the journey has been quite interesting. I started out here at a Title I, Tier 1 school, which means students coming from poverty and social economically deprived backgrounds, and so the reason they would show up to school was for guitar. I mean, it was really the driving force behind what kept them in school
Got
at the
it.
time.
Interesting.
And at that particular school, I was there for about 3 years. And as you know, in Vegas, people tend to move around in the area until they find where they want to,
Right,
settle
when it
down.
was settled down, right?
And so we moved down to the southern half of Southern Highlands, down in that area. And this COVID thing that happened in 2020 was quite a shock for all teachers because we all switched to an online format.
Yes.
At that time, I actually was also changing schools. Before we even, literally that March when all of this stuff happened, I accepted a job at Las Vegas Academy. This was a new gig.
Wow.
And a month later, we go into lockdown. So I didn't know that I was going to be at a new school teaching online. So I met all of the kids. It's interesting because the students I have right now are graduating. And the first time I met those students, it's my first graduating class at LVA, 4 years, because they're in high school,
Right.
9th through 12th grade. First time I met these students was online,
Wow.
That's
and they'll be
insane.
walking.
That's
and
insane.
Oh, wow.
That's
So
insane.
Congratulations.
yeah,
Seeing them through
it
this.
is we hold 9-12 concerts there a year. They're all proficients. I even have a student who graduated who has, he's filled in for me here.
Wow,
Oh, yeah.
wow. That's
And
awesome.
They're really amazing players.
Wow.
So it's a beautiful thing. I couldn't imagine myself having a full-time gig. It's my full-time job. That's
Right,
what I do.
right.
Doing anything else really because
Wow.
it gets you up in the morning.
That's
So-
awesome.
That is
That's
awesome.
awesome. Giving something back, man.
Yeah.
I love when they bring their son every now and then. He gets
Oh,
to
yeah,
come with
he's-
them and he watches the show. And now that I'm hearing the story, it just sounds even more beautiful.
That is great.
You know? Oh.
That is
And he's
great.
an amazing kid. You guys have such an amazing little
Oh,
son.
he's gorgeous.
Can we bring him here?
He is
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, Julian!
Yes,
Come
Julian.
here, Julian.
So
Come on
Julian
over.
is named after my favourite song, Hey Jude.
Oh, hey Jude.
So,
yes.
it's really Hey Julian.
Yeah, oh, I didn't know
It's
that.
about Julian
Come on
Lennon.
through, Julian.
They,
Come on through.
yeah.
Come on through.
There you
Pass
go.
the ropes.
Welcome,
How are you,
Julian.
young man? Say hi to the folks out there. So this is Julian. Julian is how old are you, Julian?
9.
You're 9? Now, you know your dad's an amazing musician. You know that. You know your mom's an amazing musician. Does that mean you're going to be an amazing musician? Or? Yeah?
He
Oh,
already
okay,
is
wait, so
becoming
what
pretty
instrument?
good,
What
yeah.
instrument do you like?
Piano, drums, and guitar.
Piano, drums, and guitar. Wow. Well, now why do you like the piano?
Because you could play lots of dramatic and sad songs.
Okay, that makes sense. And why do you like the guitar?
Because it could be rocky or
Rocky.
You can get girls that way.
Definitely.
Guitar is definitely
Oh my
Oh,
God,
yeah.
he's so handsome, such a
Yes.
great kid, such a great kid.
He helps them on stage. He
Do
helps,
you help? Do you help them on stage? Yeah. What do you do? Check their mic. Yeah, yes, I was gonna say check their microphones,
Yeah.
right?
You've hooked my rig up before.
You put the rigs up too?
You've helped me
All right.
Oh yeah, he knows the chords. He knows who gets what mic. He
He's into tech
Yes.
now. He wants to be a. What do you want to be?
What do you want to?
Tell us
What do you want to do?
join NASA.
You want to join NASA?